People who imagine that we live in a meritocracy, or worse still, who believe that meritocracy actually exists, that we can rank human beings a little bit like we rank potatoes, grade A, grade B, grade C, and therefore know which is the better potato and which isn't, which is the better person and which isn't, and therefore we can give to the better person the better reward, and it's all fairsies, squaresies, as if we were playing some sort of game. But we aren't, and capitalism may want to rank you, but you are an individual. You have unique talents, skills, passions, interests. And not only are you different from other people in that way, but those differences change over time. You define new passions, you develop new interests, new skills. Either the system deals with that or it doesn't. Here's what a healthy economic system would do. It would spend a lot of time, it's called education, finding and nurturing those parts of you that are passionate, that are open to learning, that are interested in mastering certain skills, certain aptitudes, and so on. And then it would intelligently match those things that are strong in you with what the society needs. Why? Because that will get for the whole community the best out of you. And it will give each of us the satisfaction of knowing that we're making an important contribution with something that also excites and pleases and moves us individually. That would be best. We don't do that. We don't spend the time or the energy. We don't provide the funds to our schools to find in each individual the capabilities they have, to develop those capabilities, to give them the ability to change and adjust as their passions and their age and their experience lead them in new directions. We don't do that. Instead, we take a cheap shorthand. We say to a student, quickly, do some things. Here they are, an exam, a paper, whatever, and now we're going to give you an A or a B or a C minus or whatever. It doesn't reflect you because you are a complicated reality that has to be evaluated over time with lots of exposure, with different people participating, so it isn't one person's decision. What we have are schools that make each student try to please the teacher because that's how you get the good grade. To please whatever the test is, to do best on that so you can get the good grade, which gets you to the next level, and so you can get the good grade there. We teach to the grades, we learn to the grades, and we produce people who have good grades but may not know anything. Einstein got bad grades in math and physics. What happened? He didn't conform to what the teachers of his time wanted. Had they spent the time, they would have discovered the genius in him. There is genius in all of us. It's only a question of whether we have the nurturance, the time, and the support to do it. We don't. That's a tragedy of the American economic system and of its education system. But then the question arises, if that's true, if our individuality is systematically squelched by being ordered in a rank A, B, C, D, well then why does that persist? Especially in a country that pretends at least that it's committed to the individual, to the unique differences we all have, etc., etc. Why rank people as though they were potatoes? Answer: it serves a useful political function. And that's the important thing about meritocracy and its insistence that it be used in our system. Here's how it works. When you are fired from your job, or when you find yourself in a job that is boring, repetitive, oppressive, it never changes, it doesn't give you the satisfactions or rewards you think you're entitled to, and that your creativity could and would blossom if given the chance. We don't do that for most people. We fire them whenever the employer thinks it's profitable to do so, and we stick the vast majority of us in jobs we often hate. And when we wonder to ourselves, why? Here's where meritocracy enters. It's all your fault. You see, you don't have enough merit. Don't get angry at the system for not having developed your skills, your genius, your creativity. Don't get angry at the system for sticking you in a job where you can't show them, you can't contribute, you can't give all that you have. Don't blame the system for providing you with no job at all, or the choice between no job and an awful job. No, 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 no. Blame yourself. You see, you don't have enough merit. You didn't get the right grades. You didn't go to the right school. You get the picture? It's a way the system has for failing the people in it and then blaming the victims of a failed system. Blaming the victim. It's always an awful spectacle in our society, and it deserves to be called out for what it is. This is Richard Wolff for Democracy at Work.